Hello everyone and welcome into yet another live stream. How long it's been? 5 hours? 4 hours? It's been such a long time since last live stream. I feel like it's about time. It's about time that we start a new one. Yeah, I ate in the meantime. Hence why I'm feeling so much better. And today we're doing the thing that I should actually be good at. So you see, you don't see because no one is here. That's why I'm gonna wait with the explanation till someone joins. Actually, it's assume 888. What a lovely number. You can hear in my voice that I'm having a manic high, can't you? Basically, let me switch to the full camera so that I can. Hold on, that's a bit of a spoiler for the actual thing on the stream. The bag of chips on my floor. I'm a snackish. Here's the thing. That's really dark. I should really start these streams prepared, you know? Save me a lot of trouble. There we go. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Here's the thing. When it comes to electronics, I'm still learning. When it comes to chemistry, I'm still learning. When it comes to designing, I'm still learning. But there's one thing that I have been doing for a really long time at this point. Longer than this channel existed. Really long time. For make it. And that is computer science. Which is exactly why today's live stream is gonna be a bit funky. That's because, you see, I'm actually gonna learn some computer science today. We're gonna be doing some computer science, and we will not be, and it won't be just me coding, you know, the things I always code. It's not gonna be make it in their element, you know? Make it in their element, just coding away the things they've coded a million times before. No, this is going to be make it stuck on the learning curve. And in order to explain to you how and why, well, the idea is simple. The idea is really simple. Here's what I would like to do today. Oh, I guess I should set up the print in the meantime. Yeah, you know, actually no, I take it back. Before we start, actually, I need to take the print of Jesse. Because Jesse printed the thing. Jesse is really struggling recently, which worries me a bit. I feel like there's a bit of a problem there. He's really struggling. See those lines? Like, there's just a bunch of plastic there. That's not a great sign. It could be because moisture got to the PETG. That could be it. That would probably be the reason. I imagine. Or rather, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's. I should look into that eventually, because the prints might get a bit difficult to handle. I also shouldn't pull too hard because I can snap one of these supports actually fairly easily if I'm not careful. Just a lot of plastic everywhere. There we go. Clean it up. Anyway, the point is, we're gonna start this stream. Jesse's sick. I wouldn't say sick. It's just a little bit of a hiccup. But Jesse doesn't have my permission to get sick, actually. Jesse will outlive us all. I'll make sure of that. By killing everyone else. Okay, so that was the outer front. Well, no, not the outer front. It was the back skeleton. Now it's time for the front skeleton, which is this one. Yes. Slice and print away, Jess. Slice and print. Okay, so I fight for Jesse's rights. Jesse has all the rights, except from me. I have all the wrongs. Alright, paint, you know the deal. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be coding today. Today I'm going to be... Oh, you can hear Jesse in the background, just really happy to print. Today I'm going to be coding, right? Here's the basic idea for the mask. We have the mask. So we have it like this. Beautiful mockup. Oh, that draw line, am I right? On the mask we have the Pico, tiny. We have the 0, larger. And then we're gonna have a third one, which will be a bit of an on the outside, which is the Raspberry Pi 5. Now, all of them will have different jobs. This one will be in MicroPython. I think this is micro, right? I don't know. I don't remember. Don't care. This one will be in MicroPython, and this one will be just a microcontroller for the peripherals. Simple as it could be. Then this one is the 0. The 0 will handle the mask itself, right? This will be the computing unit for the entire process. The Pi 5, however, will be a bit more elaborate because it will handle the make it system for now. I will expand slowly over time. But the basic idea that Pi 5 will be just like a bit of a grander handler. It's a bit difficult to explain. Basically, you know, I make the mask 4.0, right? Once I'm finished with it, I'm gonna move to mask 5.0, and there will be certain things that I will want to carry over, certain software things, and I'll feel like it will be kind of silly to use the same micro SD card. So basically, this one will handle everything that's hardware specific, and this one will handle everything that's hardware independent. Now, so this one is the thing that we will focus on coding today, but we won't finish today. This one will be a bit of a longer project. Now, right now, not later. What would that entail? I am so glad no one asked. You see, I am having such a manic high. Everything in C, I'm pretty familiar with. I'm pretty good with. I'm fine. However, that's everything in C self-contained program. There are two things we'll need today. I'm sorry if you hear some humming. That's Jesse in the background, bed leveling, actually. Jesse, that sounds a bit sick, you know, I hear what you mean. I know everything about programs that are self-contained. There are two things. Hi, the Tefta! Two things we need today. Oh, Tefta, how convenient! How you doing? Would you... I'm struggling with PCBs again, by the way. But that's another thing. Oh yeah, there's another thing. Oh my goodness, hold on. I need to collect myself. Because I'm too manic. I can't focus on anything. Two things we'll need. Get it together. First of all, we will need some kind of way to integrate our program better into the operating system. What do I mean by that? Well, normally when you run a program on the operating system, then you just do like, I don't know, test.exe, and then it runs the program, right? It runs the program. On Linux is exactly the same. However, what I want is the operating system itself to run all the programs I desire. This is not difficult. This is trivially easy. On Linux there's something called systemctl. I think it stands for system control. I'm completely guessing. I don't know. I only use it. I don't know what it does. Basically, you can the best way I can describe it, you can run programs permanently. You can let the operating system handle the program instead of yourself. That's how I can, the simplest way I can describe it. Bit more to it, no one fucking cares. Now, that is trivially easy. I do it all the time. That's how my server is running. That's how Bannet is running. Well, a bit of a different story, but doesn't matter. What I would like, however, is I would like a continuous program to run. So basically, we want our mask to be always online, but at the same time, we do want to access certain things about the mask. And the thing is, instead of doing it in a silly way, which means implementing a command line in a program or something like that, I would rather integrate my program better into the operating system and then just use all the tools that already are in this operating system to manipulate it. I know that I'm getting a bit technical, and I get that you're all tuning me out. I understand this is a fair bit technical, but that's the first thing. The second thing I need to research will be a bit more fun. That's because it will be speech to text, which is why I had this open, because I just looked up open source text to speech in C. That's all I looked up, and apparently there is a list, and Mozilla apparently made deep speech, However, this is archived. This repository is archived, which worries me a bit. But it seems to be quite what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for something like that. Hence why Theft I get so excited when joining it, because I know that you would be the guy. STT as to a Vosk. It's relatively easy to implement on Windows. I will be working on Linux. Vosk. Offline speech recognition API. Ooh. Installation usage. Oh, thank you so much, Delta. Let me see. Very good though. Too, I just haven't implemented it. I mean, if the thing is, I don't need best in this case, because let's be real, I need it to work. If it works, then there aren't any more requirements. There is like a ceiling of usefulness in this case, where I don't think I need to optimize too much for what library I'm using, because, well, as I mentioned, it only needs to work. So if you've used the Vosk and if it did actually work for you, I'm willing to give it a shot. It is Python, isn't it? Different size of models for different hardware. Pi 0 can run the smallest one. I'm not actually gonna use the Pi 0 for it. I'm gonna use the Pi 5. Funny enough. Which means I will probably run something a tad more powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's actually was the explanation at the beginning of the stream, and I am so manic right now, aren't I? I don't know why exactly. I haven't done much today. It's been a bit of a slow day, which is why we're doing this. Because if we get through two of these things, then we are absolutely a gaming. Okay. For Android, no. iOS, no. Python, that's... I'll settle, but I won't be too happy about it. Oh! Wait, hold on. Compilation from source. I am curious how... I don't want to install too many tools on the Pi 5, to be fair. I could also use a transpiler, but that feels like a wild overkill. Okay, so the way it works is Python takes in... wait, what? There is Python, Java, C#. Where's the... That's it? No. Okay, Python won't be too bad, simply because it's gonna complicate things a fair bit for me. Well, to be fair, everything would complicate things a bit for me, but the basic idea is, right here we have this, which takes in an audio file, right? And outputs text. This is a problem. I mean, it's okay, it's not like a problem as in an error or like it's wrong or something. No, this is a problem that I knew would happen. And that's actually one of the biggest things we'll need to fix. That's because we don't want to be sending in a file, an audio file, receiving a text file. We want to be streaming in audio. And we want to be receiving out text. Minor difference, yes. But basically the difference is that this right here, files, this right here, text file. Minor difference, but will be a fair bit important if we want things to be running smoothly. I'm pretty certain we don't live in the 90s anymore. And I'm pretty certain that you could also send files live and it wouldn't slow things down too much. Whisper also has minimum filing of 30 seconds. Oh yeah, that won't work for me. Because what I'm building Tefta is a Jarvis. I'm building a Jarvis. Except mine is gonna be called Fixit. Because of course. And so that's what I need the speech to text for. So ideally I would like to send the audio live and then have the speech to text AI turn into text and then use the text output for commands. That's what I would like to have ideally. I've talked about this project like months ago, but only now I'm getting to it. And to build a mask, by the way, how idiotic am I? No, I'm silly. Hi there, Unholy Fingerbowl. How you doing? Okay. First things first, we need to figure out if it's right for us. Integrations. During that local model Olama. Wait, Olama, wasn't that it's just Olama, Vosk, and Python, because that is just me. I'm curious for asterisk, what's that? Okay, I need to focus out first because lot of GitHub repos, that's good. Integrations, so which one of them would be the best example what I'm trying to do? That is, I cannot read that. Binary just works. You can use DeepSeek R1 or Llama. I would rather have I know that it's a huge handicap on my side, but I would rather have everything in C as much as possible. It makes it so much easier to integrate it. Okay, let me first see the deep speech actually. Doing LM research or project like this and something other than Python makes me too. Yeah, I know, but you know, I'm not doing LM research. I understand why you use Python, I do. I'm not saying that Python is bad to use, I'm saying that in my case, Python is suboptimal. Documentation. What's the deep speech? Okay. Python. Right, that makes sense. There's a C fanboy. I for good reasons. It's a good programming language, alright? Not my fault. Listen, if you want me to be less of a C fanboy, then make the language worse, alright? Many non-Python open source LLM stuff. I unfortunately know. Hold on, because I'm almost getting a heart attack. What? That's for learning, correct? I'm sorry, I got a bit carried away. Goldmine? That is... Well, that's nice. That's convenient. I may be wrong, so we shouldn't get too excited. I don't see how I could be wrong, but I may be wrong. So, you know, just because I don't see it doesn't mean I'm not. But DS speech to text looks perfect. Freeing the string using, obviously, it's C. Mwah! Beautiful so far. However, we need to be careful, because just because there is a function for it doesn't mean it's going to be easily usable or easily accessible. So, C API, leave it there for now. Retrain model, right, C API. Data structure metadata can as token metadata. Right, how do you C API usage example? Okay, so Oh, so you just include the what is it? Native client CC. It's gonna be it's not gonna be bin. I mean, I clicked on the one thing. It's definitely not going to be. I'm great. Dog bins, scripts. Native client. Okay. Oh, I think we might have gotten such a banger of a bingo on with this. Oh my, I need to stretch. That's how much of a banger of a bingo we got. Okay. I don't know how to properly fork things with GitHub. I'm just gonna suck a bit. But this looks beautiful. Give me 20 right now. I don't care what's inside. I'm taking them. CD codes. Oh, you're all there. Of course, you're all there. Make the external libraries. We might actually soon be running out of space. Okay, using a pre-trained model. Runtime dependencies to be already installed. C++ library, of course. Okay, I think the Raspberry is part of the Ubuntu. I'm pretty certain. Depend on CUDA. That also makes sense. I also do have a plan of using my old PC as a new hub, but so this then we'll have to mind it. Okay. Oh, I am having fun so far because everything is going well. But I can promise you, the second it stops, I'm gonna be livid. Okay. Is this for Bandit or the other bot? The good one, I just forgot the name. Fixit! That is the name. Fixit. Yes, it is for Fixit, in fact. Although we don't know, Bandit might also have one day. Why not? I would like to talk with Bandit as well. I get lonely. Okay, we need to be careful now. So, native client. We do have everything in C. I know that I'm jumping around a lot right now, and I do apologize for that, but it's not really part of the process or anything. I'm just having enough trouble staying focused at this time for some reason. Okay. Let's try to go for an example and try to get there. Oh wait, client CC. I'm an idiot. This. How convenient. Okay. So... Oh, you, C++. Oh, gross. Ah, yeah, disgusting. It's fine, we can just compile things into object files. Fixit, love the names, thank you. It took me a surprisingly long amount of time to come up with the name Fixit. I was just looking at butler names, but couldn't find a single good butler name to end with it. How does still fix it? Okay. I did download it, so why not? Why don't we just pop inside and have a look ourselves? We have native client. Also, quick question. Very quick question. Oh, my development environment is disgraceful. native client. Then we go to client CC. We go in, let's have a look. How many? 600, not too bad. Okay, we can get through this. What I am mostly curious of is 400 process file. Right. What I am curious of is path. This is path to the file, obviously. Get audio buffer. I imagine this creates audio, but does it actually, because you need to somehow pass the file, correct? Where are you from? I'm sorry, where are you from? Design sample rate, right, yes. Audio buffer, get audio buffer, but where would you be from then? Do you include something that can handle audio types? What is types H? I am getting wildly distracted. Oh, just standard types, okay, good. Deep speech and args, that's what you include. Deep speech. Okay. 400. Alright. Process file. We just set it right here. We might as well pop this to the side because we will need some more. Is it possible to give Fix an AI voice and keep him in VC? It is possible to give him an AI voice. Keeping him in VC... Funny enough, if I get this finished, it might be genuinely easier for me to give Fixit an AI voice than to keep him in VC. But I do plan on giving him an AI voice. Of course, it's gonna be my Jarvis. Obviously, it needs an AI voice. Don't be ridiculous. Get audio buffer. That's what we're looking for. Args. I'm sorry. Oh no, this is where you define it. Oh my goodness, I didn't see the open bracket. Right. No. For a second, I thought this was the. It was an external function. All of this is turned off then. You've open. What is this? You've open. You read the wave. Audio format, and you read the format like this. What are you coding? I'm coding a bot, obviously, as always. Fix it, make it Jarvis. It's perfect. I can't wait till I'm gonna be yelling fix it, honestly. What's the API key? I don't have an API key. Okay, this is rough. The good part is the fact that I can easily change it from C++ to C. Simply because of the functions you have. It's a very C way of doing things. However, with mallocing, for example, what kind of C++ programmer would ever malloc? But the downside is that the way they read audio files is absolute witchcraft to me. Okay, so fseek, if I remember correctly, because reading files in C is actually a bit wacky, that is fseek, I think it works with a cursor, if I remember correctly. Fseek. C. It works like when you have a cursor, and seek moves the cursor by reading, correct? File pointer offset position, okay. Number of bytes to offset from position where the offset is added. Okay, so we read the 20-second byte into wave. No, from wave. Yeah, and then F read. So this moves the cursor, and then this reads from the cursor. Okay. Which means 20th byte, every is gonna have what? Element size, element count, right? So 2 bytes from the 21. That's the audio format apparently. Then we have number of channels. Why do you need 2 bytes to note down the number of channels? Is a mystery to me. Is that a real thing? Why? I suppose it's because the metadata is always offset by 2. That's my guess. They just didn't want metadata. And when I say they, I don't think I'm talking about the deep speech. I think I'm talking about just audio file formats. Because it's quite a bit... Okay, sample rate. Sample rate has 4. That makes sense. Right. Then, bits per sample. We have this. Splendid. All the metadata is being read. What I'm questioning ever so slightly is, does this actually work for every single audio file, or do you need a specific encoding type? Because if you need a specific encoding type, a bit upsetting. Oh, I might need to learn how audio is saved in red. What's happening in your background? Jesse's printing. Jesse's printing this. I'm having a bit of a pickle for one simple reason. It's because, as I mentioned, doing the files is highly inefficient. So I should do it without files, like streaming, you know? But it's gonna be difficult. Audio buffer, okay. If I could figure out, however, the audio type that the... Oh, hello. Where are you from? You're from right here. Speech to text with metadata. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Create, stream and feed audio content. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Even better. PCM wave. Would you mind if I used you a bit for this? I feel like... Oh man, it's gonna be... I know that you have a lot of important stuff going on. Would you mind if I waste a bunch of your time actually? Because I might need some help. I like how utterly pointless what I'm doing is. Yeah. The entire mask thing, I could just I started from the normal one, I'm just going wild into it. But yeah. Create, stream and feed audio content. Here's the thing, how to deal with your and their own by content. MP4 PCM wave is usually used for uncompressed audio, but check out audio content Pi 5. Just look at the specs. The thing is, I want, ideally, when I'm building up towards, is, you know, not using a codec. That's what because what I would ideally go for is stream directly, as low level as possible, ideally. That's Pi 5 audio card. Which is convenient because I have access to a lot of hardware. which... Okay. You need low BO PCM wave. That's like the generic audio format close to raw audio. Yes, that, well, I mean, unless I'm an idiot, because I might be. I've never done this, so I don't wanna sit here and pretend as if I have all this planned out. This is just my rough idea. But like, if I'm gonna be controlling the, like, if within the same program, or at least the same family of programs, I'm going to be hardware controlling the microphone, and I'll have the C access to the AI model, right? Then I don't really see much of a need to use any kind of codec, unless I'm getting something wrong. Because normally, it would be kind of a connector, right? Plus Python plus Olama. Try that first. You're gonna run too many issues if you don't get an MVP. Try to make it level hard. What does MVP stand for? I'm guessing it's like a working prototype thing. But then still, would I go? I feel like I would, if I'm going to go with this, I feel like I would do the deep speech, because it seems like with deep speech, it seems like it would be easier to transition from Python to C. Minimum viable product, alright. Right here, it feels like it would be easier to transition from, that's a Vosk, easier to transition from Python to C. There's a C API. So, using pre-trained model, Python package language binding, okay. Right, and then what I'm gonna need as well is workshop a long-term mask code, and then make the surgery. Make the speech to text Python. Alrighty. Do I need a virtual environment? Also, that is... I'll need to open up my Linux on Windows. I can just install deep speech. Alright. I cannot. Right. So you can speak pretty much about virtual event. Okay. Alright. I can't. Pretty handy because there are so many dependencies. Alright, fine. I don't understand what virtual environments are for, if I'm to be completely honest with you. I use them a bunch because what I make just doesn't work without virtual environments, but I don't know what they are for. I don't understand it. Oh wait, virtual environment won't work. No, it was Python. What was it? Safety. Why would I need safety for code I write? Virtual environment, Python. There are these of Pythons, for example, specific Python release like many LM stuff came, and same for libraries. So you can use the right version of every dependency for each of the items you're working. Code examples. Oh, select the deprecate stuff. Makes sense. That does actually make sense. mvenv, that's what it was, right? mvenv. This one needs. Will venv activate on working? I think so. Oh, wait, no, because it was activate, right? Hold on, what? Huh. That is not how you activate. That's okay, so it's activated different than from on Linux, right? Yeah, much random question: do you play TF2? Not really. Mostly the environment that it doesn't measure all the code. I see. Yes, but then how would I activate the the virtual environment? Activate, that is not there, funny enough. Alright, Tefta, once I get stuck I'm gonna look, that's not if I get stuck, that's when I get stuck I'm gonna look at it. I'm sorry. Activation. Event script. Oh, it's scripts! Oh, that, okay, makes sense. Scripts, activate, bunch. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. PowerShell maybe. Maybe that's your problem. There we go. I have to go now. Alright, bye Adrian. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a good one. So there we have it. There we got it. Now what? Now... Oh yeah, pip install didn't work. Did it? Oops. The video. Just want the show video. I got open muscle flex grid band working. I haven't seen it yet because I spent the entire night being passed out and very just pleasing myself for finishing the video. So I'm sorry I haven't yet. Epic video you had. It was fine. I didn't get as much progress on the mask done as I would have liked. That's why I'm so ready to do this. Question, what does the blue wrench do? That means test as mechanic. Like YouTube has this thing where basically depending on what your job is, they just give you little badges. Test as mechanic. Tefta. Tefta, would you mind if I watch your short on stream? I'm guessing it's this one. Go ahead, please. Alright then. We're doing reaction content now. Okay. Now I need to turn on desktop audio.
Can a DIY pressure sensor band really work? No stencil, no fancy.
Oh, that is so slim. That is so absolutely slim.
PCBs I designed from scratch for my prosthetic sensor project.
It looks so much different from the old one. Incredible.
These rigid flex PCBs mail-ordered to test a theory. 60 copper pads on a flex layer, velostat over top, streaming live data to my PC. I dispensed solder paste by hand, then used a vinyl t-shirt press at 200C for reflow. Next, I hand-tacked the ESP32
Didn't mention. Did you mention? I think you mentioned that.
for reflow.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Next, I hand-tacked
It's absolutely beautiful.
ESP32
That would make sense for the tank mod, yeah.
and the mux on the back. Added a dab of glue to lock the flex to the rigid board and prepped it for testing. The first hiccup was my cheap OLED screen.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks horrible to people who know what they're doing. If it works, that means you do know what you're doing, I would say.
Screens that were DOA. Oscilloscope confirmed that there was a bad signal. Second, ESP32 was factory set for an external antenna. A quick fix later, and I was back on track. I snapped the band onto my forearm and hit go. It glitched for a moment, but then it started sending data packets. After reinforcing the solder joints and
Oh, that is awesome.
adding extra resin, I reassembled the band, and on test 2, it worked flawlessly. 60 touch points lighting up in real time. Mission accomplished. A fully functional DIY 60 pressure sensor band on my arm. Open muscle is one step closer to real-world use.
Oh, that is awesome looking. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the... Oh yeah, you've already sent it to Promote Yourself channel, never mind. I was gonna send it myself.
Next up, using these pressure readings to power machine learning finger movement predictions. Stay tuned.
Oh, that is proper.
Can it
Oh, that is so proper. So excited to say I wanted to call you. I'm so sorry, I was asleep. I would have answered otherwise, this is amazing.
DIY pressure sensor band
Oh, this is incredible. Now I'm just here sitting like an idiot without even the prototype of the mask. Oh, this is so slick. I do have to say, I really like the old one, the band, but it feels unreal to think that this is the Mark II of the band. They look so different. They look so unbelievably different. You may need an open muscle band to pair your mask in the future. Mark II, I like it. Yeah, it really, they look so different. You definitely should call it the Mark II. I genuinely think you should call it the Mark II because it feels like the next generation. Mark III is just gonna be like a sheet of paper. Like, thin enough that you can see through it. Open muscle band Mark II. Exactly, yeah. It's so slick. Let me see. Here we
to
go.
my PC.
Look at it. And the soldering technique as well.
200C for
Oh, you're flexing on me now.
reflow.
It is absolutely beautiful. Ah, you got me so motivated. All right, I'm psyched. Let's get through it. I am psyched and I'm ready to go. I am ready to smash this and crash this and just spend the next 40 to 50 minutes trying to figure out how to get a single package in Python to work. Wait, did I say 40 to 60 minutes? Yeah, as if it's gonna be 7 to 8 hours. Stack of the SSD, exactly! Alright. There we go. Now, I'm gonna hate this, aren't I? Because we pivot install deep speech. Alright, this is fun. Come on, make it. You love dependencies. If there's one thing you love as a C developer, it's dependencies. You can do it. No matching distribution found for deep speech. Now, could not find a version that satisfies the requirements. Great question, because we have a virtual environment. If The errors could not find the version that satisfies the required requirements. Wouldn't that mean that's just the wrong version? In which case, the virtual environment would help. I would guess at the very least. Although I'm not an expert, so I might be awfully wrong, and the fact that the thing is archived might be a bit of a giveaway. What hardware would you run this on? You mean the band or you mean the mask? Because the Fixit will run originally on Raspberry Pi 5. Later on we might spice it up to have a bit more bulk with just a normal computer. For the band, however, ESP32 mask, yeah. So the mask is actually gonna be run on a lot of things, funny enough. Considering how little things it's doing, it's gonna be run on a comically large amount of hardware. I like an overkill. I like variety as well. Every single one of them is different. Okay, Python. Okay. It feels idiotic to just paste this error. But why not? We're already here. Might as well. Deep speech Python. Right. I am a human, in fact. No longer maintained. I figured. Who would have thought that the... But hold on. A question. Just because it's no longer maintained doesn't mean it's... Oh, you need to install Python. Can I change my version of Python inside of virtual environment? You should add a small display into it. I would add a small display into it if not for the fact that they are extremely expensive. I mean, I probably am going to, but Whisper actively maintain. Yeah, but Whisper Vosk. I am worried that I'm gonna get too dependent on Python and then eventually I'll try to add like a feature and I just simply won't be able to do it, but... Wait, Vosk server, hold on. Maybe I am an idiot. Maybe... Hold on, I'm doing a lot of processing myself at the moment. I'm thinking. Not used to this sort of thing. If okay, so if I instinctively clicked on it. Didn't even have time to read it. I just instinctively clicked on it. My goodness, we're going with Vosk. Alright, TFTA, consider me convinced. How was the snack break? It was very good. Thank you so much for asking, Sisha. Thank you so much for asking. It was very good, in fact. That's all I needed convincing. The problem is that I am always scared of long-termness. That's what I'm always worried of. When it comes to hardware, not so much, but when it comes to software, I am. That's because it's a bit counterintuitive. But with hardware, it's fairly easy to replace things. Not obviously literally replace things. Only in the design, it's fairly easy to replace things. With software, however, you get so much build-up on top of other things that when you replace one thing, it always cascades down the line. And I know it's counterintuitive what I just said and it seems idiotic, but when you're replacing hardware, you can replace it with modularity. When you're replacing software, if a certain library doesn't have the capabilities for something, you need to use a different library. And then you haven't created your own system for modularity, which means you need to change up the things around it. An example being like, if in my mask I need to, I don't know, just replace one of the components, 7-segmented display, for example. I want to replace it with an OLED display, then I have made the connections myself, I can replace it easily. In this case, however, if I didn't make Python. So this would suck for me. So I know that it's unnecessary and I'm worried way too much, but I am always worried about long-termness. What if in the future I want to actually integrate fully into C? But in this case, I won't have to worry because we do have Python and C available. So, Vosk API, Vosk itself, ideally. Vosk server, awesome, okay. Oh, that's also text-to-speech! How convenient, we have both. Alright, view all repositories, and what we're looking for is Android, a Raspberry Pi. Hi, the Stump! It's been a while since the last Femboy thesis round. Oh, Stump, I am actually having fun this time. Offline special toolkit, there is special content languages, and they're like English. Okay, English, we can stop there. Oh, never mind. So it is on the website. Text to speech, what voice? Well, I imagine I would try to go for like an old English, like a posh Englishman, you know, that sort of thing. Pip install Vosk. I could have guessed that actually. Pip install Vosk. Yes! Oh, that's already good. Are you trying to add AI to your mouse to do stuff, or is it more of a text-to-speech and such? Haven't been paying attention much. It's both. The way I'm gonna have it work actually is not going to be text-to-speech, because text-to-speech to text-to-speech. Wait, no, speech-to-text-to-speech. There we go. It's actually going to be a bit different. We're going to have the speech go in like this. So that's the audio is going to go in like this. Then it's going to offshoot. We're gonna have like a simple command parser, and then depending on what the command parser figures out, it's either going to go and do something, so the command, or it's going to go into some kind of AI model, and then the AI model is going to, and then all of these outputs will then come back into text-to-speech. So you know, we're going to have, so for example, if I say fix it, look up Rigby the cat and send it, or actually no, fix it. What is the definition of a raspberry or whatever? Then the ideal path for it would be to go into the parsing mode, then figure out that it's not listed as any of the commands, and then go into the AI model to process it, and then give me the output, which is just it replying back, nothing weird there. But if I say something like, fix it, blow up the person in front of me, right? Then we don't want the uncertainty of the AI, and instead I'm just gonna code in the command blow up, to blow, to do something. And then it's gonna right here go to the offshoot, and it's going to run the script that Chris wants to blow up, and then it's gonna just give me back whatever. It would be like, oh, on it, boss, blowing up this person, whatever. And if else statement. In that case, well, if else statement kinda, because depends on the command. So like if no command's recognized, ideally we'd like it to go to the AI model. However, depending on the command, it might just get a bit tricky. I've had the same problem with Bunnet. The command's a bit of a bitch when you're trying to do it with just speech. Don't matter. What AI model? That is really irrelevant. Whichever one, just one of them will work. ChatKit just dropped. ChatKit. ChatKit. I'm putting mod so you can say mod. No, because mod is the newer version of the meme. The meme used to be Jarvis blow up this guy's house or something like that. Jarvis clears Jordans or whatever. That used to be the original meme, and I'm going back to it actually. We're doing meta irony. Alright, Vosk. Okay, cool. Now, hypothetically. Oh, shared object. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes! That is amazing. Usage examples. All right, we're giving it MP4, by the way. That's what we're giving it. Joke a little. Exactly. Disgusting, but exactly. You get the point. You get the idea. Now, what we're gonna have? We're going to have. Well, I suppose we need to test it, don't we? So like, Vosk. Because I know that Python can like run Python programs as if they were normal compiled binaries. So like you can sometimes do this. So will it work? Yeah, it will. I don't like this. I don't like this because I'm used to when you type in something into command line, I'm used to it being just a compiled file. I'm not used to it being run by some kind of program by default. Disgraceful. Use ChatGPT O4 or ChatGPT O3 Mini. I don't think so. No. Wasn't DeepSeek like comically small? I might be DeepSeek. We'll see. It's irrelevant, as I mentioned. Okay, time to test something. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Fix it. Oh, fix it is gonna be a bit of a. We might need to fine tune the model. There we have it. How convenient it is to stream and just be able to record immediately. Vosk transcriber. Input being 20, this one, right? And then output test txt. That's a bit slow. Oh, that's really slow. That's worryingly slow. 1 2 okay, not bad. We can work with this. This is really good so far. You can't talk about definiting a massive changes in one square. I don't listen, Stamp. I'm just gonna download Wikipedia and just feed it all. My own version. It's kind of cool you can make it fully offline. We don't appreciate that nearly enough. That you can make an airbot fully offline. I think it's really cool. Okay, it's two problems. First of all, the minor problem, which is it doesn't recognize the speech fully. That is a minor problem for me because, yeah, I figured that would happen. I don't know if fine-tuning is a good idea for me. I just need to learn to speak better, I guess. The much bigger downside is that this was slow. Right here we got a bunch as well. 3 3 1 2 3. Yeah, so I suppose context probably right. Wikipedia is downloadable under 100 gigabytes. That's exactly why I mentioned it. Yeah. Because basically, as I had this conversation with Tefta, funny enough, how incredible it is that nowadays you can download a fully usable AI model and Wikipedia onto like a single drive. Because when you have the two together, that's basically in Warhammer 40k there are these standard template constructs, STCs, which are like basically AIs that are meant to create things, and the whole point, I know I'm getting a bit off track, but the whole point in the setting is that you have like this code mechanicum that goes around the galaxy, and instead of doing research themselves, instead of doing science, they just look for like these little caches of data, and each one of them has like an incredible tool or a weapon or something like that. And I just think it's incredible that we literally can do this right now. Just have an AI and the entirety of Wikipedia at the same time. There we go. A huge chunk of human history, and at the same time a tool for you to interpret it. Isn't that incredible? But yeah, this one, two problems as I mentioned. Bit slow, bit inaccurate. We could try it again. Testing 1 2 3. Fix it. I need you to do something for me. I feel like it's a fair test, you know. I don't know. I should probably focus more on commands to see how it would interpret, like, whatever. By the way, Tefta, it worked on the first try. I don't know how you Python programmers can handle this when things just work on the first try. Like, how do you live like this? You mean to tell me you don't troubleshoot, like just a random piece of program that segfaults for no reason for 7 hours? How do you get anything done? You're meant to get nothing done. Unbelievable. It just works. That was blazing quick. Oh, I think it heard me complain. Test. Oh wait, did I do the same file? Oh, I did the same. Oh, I probably cached it. Never mind. Okay, that would. I'm guessing it cached the same file. That's why. Yeah. Now let's try this one. Testing 1, 2, 3. Fix it. I need you to do something for me. I take it back. That's good enough. That is good enough. Wow, I mean, if it's gonna be running on Raspberry Pi 5, it might struggle a bit, might be a bit slower. But so far, on this computer, that is fast enough. Which I am a bit speechless with. Okay, I genuinely... Because on the first try, it took like 3 seconds. 3 seconds is way too long. Because I'll be continuously... Ideally, that is ideally. It is possible that I might screw up a bit. They all work pretty well. I'm using the... No idea. no clue which one I use. I just did the Vosk transcriber by default. That's all I did. Oh, you can change the language. I'm tempted to do the one thing, in which case the one live stream on which I speak Polish. But I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. No, we're doing it in English, all of it. You can suck it. I won't test it. My curiosity isn't high enough. Models that run faster or slower have different accuracy. They're all pretty darn accurate. I mean, it's not bad. It's screwed up on the 3, which I am not surprised with. Like, that is... I have an accent. I get it. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I still have it. 3. Yeah, you know what? Let me try to be careful with my speech. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing again. Fix it. I need you to do something for me. Let's see if you can be a deer. And I lost the rhyme. Lost the rhyme train. What's the point? Input 20. Yeah, there we go. I just need to pronounce it 3, not 3. 3. 3. 3. I can do it. I don't know why I pronounce it 3 when I can just pronounce it 3. Work. Let me. Oh no! Let's give it a challenge. Hold on. Let's give it something more challenging. Fix it. I'm working on this new video, and I was thinking I could go for a walk later on. Oh. All right, buddy. Fun time's over. Time for the boss fights. For those who do not know, I am trying to get rid of my accent as much as I can, okay? Trust me. I've been trying. However, my one weakness, according to everyone, and I know why, I can hear it as well, is the words work, as in I'm working on the video, and walk, as in I walked to the store. Let's see. Hats off to you. That's proper. That's okay. To be fair, I did try to pronounce it as clear as possible again. Work and walk. But yeah, nailed it. Hats off to you. Okay, so that is the first step finished, which means, you know, speech to text. Train it on every Make It stream. Stamp, in order for that to work, I would need to first manually transcribe every Make It stream. Which, I'm not that committed. Listen, I love Fix It, but like, I'm not that committed. Okay. Now what do we do? Well, now what we need is we need to download the model. I'm having a really hard time focusing for some reason at the moment, and I don't know why. Oh, hold on, my acid is done electrolyzing. Give me a second. I'll be right with you. I need to take care of my acid. Well, here's the thing. I don't mean to be that guy, but we've all seen making a Jarvis and an Iron Man mask. But I've never seen Tony Stark making sulfuric acids. Am I saying I'm better? I don't know. I didn't say that. I'm just pointing out, some curiosities. Free and I seize the opportunity. There's a sentence that is good for a test. The thing is, Tefta, I don't have much of an appetite for testing it, because I know for a fact if I pronounce things correctly, it's not gonna struggle. Which means that every single test that it fails won't be a test that it fails, it will be a test I fail. My ego can't take it. Yeah. Can you extract auto captions from all the streams? They're not accurate, but they sure get the job done. The thing is, Average Blue, what you have to remember is that YouTube is using a model which is about as accurate as this. So it won't really help much. No pleasant talk. Oh, my acid's done. I'm making acid in the background because in the video I'm going to, computer science, that will be the fix-it algorithm, obviously. Mechanics, that's going to be the mask redesign. Electronics, that's going to be all the components, but I don't have a way to integrate chemistry into the mask. That's why I'm making acid for the video, even more. Tony had all the tech in the world. Exactly, I have nothing. I'm in a cave. Well, I haven't built, to be fair, I haven't built an ionic reactor in a cave, so I suppose that's a... Have you made a hydrogen reactor? The hydrogen reactor is not difficult. I can do you one better, X-Gaming. I can make a reactor that makes electricity and hydrogen at the same time. That's what I can do. Oh, a reactor that consumes hydrogen, I can give you one that makes hydrogen. If the auto capture model, the current model, training model on the capture to make it worse. It would make it's not a good usage of computational resources. My vocabulary, my voice, especially for the acronyms. I probably will eventually end up fine-tuning it, but it is not the time for it now, I think. I think for now the time is to make the MVP. A word an acronym I absolutely totally knew before today's live stream. I'm a professional, don't worry about it. Okay. So, that is the model so far. Now, what do we need now? Well, let's have a think for a second. Let's have a think. Is AI gonna take jobs of game devs? I don't like this conversation, because the thing is, aren't really any good people to ask that question. The question of when AI is gonna take up of jobs is not a great question, because everyone who is qualified to talk about it has vested interest in either one side or the other. So it's basically impossible to find someone who isn't biased and knows a lot about the topic. That's why I really don't like that question. Material science find the material to make the mask out of. Maximum, actually, what I could do is I could make the mask bulletproof. However, the problem is, because I have also looked in those directions. I have looked in directions of material science. However, every single process I could find was very expensive and dangerous. So that's the issue. Okay. So now what do we do? Oh yeah, I did say that I need to have a think. Right, so what do we need for a function fix-it? Just proof of concept, that's it. We need, well, ideally on a Raspberry Pi 5, but I'll settle for running this on my computer for now. Microphone input, so some kind of audio input. We needed to go into a parser. I'll pass it up, or pass and pass, for example. These are two different words I pronounce the same. Parsing, parsing. I need to get a bit more Slavic with it, don't I? Parsing! Take that! Now you know what I'm talking about. It's going to pass it. Pass. 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 I'm really self-conscious about it now. Damn, this is making me upset. Into the AI. For now, I am once again fine with running it on Python. This is X. We don't care what this is for now. And then this one we need to go to C actually. And in this case, it is important that it goes to C. That's because this won't be the text. As much as right here I can oscillate between C and Python, and this one doesn't matter. This one does, because we'll need it to control important systems on Linux, for which Python is actually a problematic choice. Not much of an accent, I notice. I would think that you live in an English-speaking place. Oh, thank you, Tefta. I do appreciate it. I would say that I got rid of the Polish one, but I still have something. There's something wrong with me. I just need to be more careful how I pronounce things, and over time, yeah, from now on, I need to genuinely be mindful of how I pronounce things, simply because my bot won't work. That's the thing. I've just never had good motivation, you know. 3. I've just been lazy the entire time. 3. I just don't care to put my tongue to the front when I pronounce 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. Yeah, now it's different. Language causes his best line. Exactly, yeah. Hi, the revamp. What's this stream about? I'm making a Jarvis. And this is where actually we'll end for now. Right here we'll just have like a print that prints the text, and that's it. Once we have this achieved, and this is fairly simple setup, then next live stream we could actually integrate it into the Raspberry Pi 5. And once we have it integrated into Raspberry Pi 5, we could set up a... Could we set up a UART connection? I really wasted the UART connection on the... Well, no, we could set up a wireless connection between the 0 and the Pi 5. This time it will be much easier to set up a wireless connection because they both have operating systems. So it will be genuinely easy. And we could send the data over, and then we could have the Pi 5 control the mask. So, but all of these are further down the line. The point is, this is what we would need to achieve today. All of it is fairly easy. Well, relatively. I imagine this would be, the way we'll achieve this is we'll just do Python, Python, C for the free programs. Okay, a generic Slavic accent. You don't hear a generic Slavic accent, Stump. You just know that I'm Slavic. You wanna hear what the generic Slavic accent... Because here's the thing, you think this is a generic Slavic accent. But when I start talking like this, then you can see that actually my accent isn't all that Slavic. First of all, I am not rolling my R's. And that is a pretty big difference. You see, now by comparison, when I talk normally, I seem way more English. That's one of the biases. I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of them. Alright, get to it, make it. First things first. Python gets microphone input. We're doing this in Python because we will get no extra bonuses from doing this in C. We might even do it in Python on the 5 in the final product, because in this case we get no extra. You know what? I really need to get over this whole C thing, because the thing is, there are genuine cases where C is more useful. For example, as I mentioned, last block will probably always be C. Well, not probably, definitely always be C. For controlling Linux purposes, it's much better. However, when it comes to microphone capture, Python is just better. Like, yes, C could be faster, but it would take me a month to set it up. Unless I use a library. I also should use libraries. I don't like Slavkid, he scares me. Why are you scared of me, my friend? You sound English, not American English, English. Thank you, so even more. A lot of people think I'm British in the comments. Yeah, I read all the comments. I know this. Hold on. Linux, find an example for Linux. That is maybe? I mean, I can just turn on Linux. I guess we can just test it. Oh, wait. Important. We need to get the model offline. Right. We need to get the model offline accessible. That's important. I'm pretty sure we already have it offline. But accessible. Yes. Vosk, I'm guessing it's going to be on the GitHub, although I am just purely guessing. Training. Wait, hold on. Where is actually the model? Theft. Why am I looking it up? Theft. Where is the model? You feel like if someone got it past a Slavic accent and replaced them with an England accent. That is what happened. Yeah, that is actually that is what happened. The streams helped a lot. What you have to remember is, like, don't interact with people. So for example, this entire week I just spent streaming, and that is it. I would like the model to be available as a file, simply because a file that I'm so old-fashioned, and nowadays you have like environments and such. Oh, thank you, Tefta. Oh, thank you so much. It feels so good to have you here. Oh my goodness, I love it when I have experienced people around me. It makes everything so much easier. Alright, which one are we going with? The card I will be using for the Raspberry Pi 5 is actually 128 gigabytes, which means size is not a concern. Although I imagine size of the file is also proportional to, well, it's inversely proportional to the speed, simply because you need to process all of it. I do have 4 gigabytes of RAM, but it would be kind of funny to use up all my RAM. The 128 is fast and used a lot. Okay, so this. Okay, all right, buddy. Time to do some testing. It's going to be painful for you and me. Trust me. Oh, can I not write? Oh, can I just not? That's curious. Copy to downloads then. That is really small as well. These are incredible. Okay, copy folder. Okay, so we have this. No. Documentation. Usage. That's the server, isn't it? Python. I'm an idiot because I could just do help. Alright, and I imagine one of the flags will just let us select the model. And model name, select model by name. Model path. Right, so M. Okay. What do I need to give you path to? Just the folder or something specific? Oh, cheers so much, Jesse. Thank you. How have you printed? Oh, that is such a clean print. That is so much cleaner than the one I just did. Oh, that's Jesse. Mwah, beautiful. You've done an amazing job. I'm guessing it's to the folder. However, it's a pure guess. Did you see what I sent you? You mean the text? I can't read that. I'm sorry. Hold on, I just got, once again, model Vosk. I'm just gonna guess it's to the folder and you can figure it out from the input 2025. Last one, output test to.txt. Well, it would have errored by now. 5 seconds. That's not great. That's really, really bad. Why is it so slow now? Could it be... Okay, so the thing is... You're so cool. Thank you! Try the second time. Yeah, it didn't. Still 5 seconds. Yeah, a third time 5 seconds as well. Wait, XRT. What does XRT stand for? Because if XRT is the time it took it to interpret, then I am fine with that. Because it could be that it takes Python a long time to load in the model and load in the file, but then a short time to actually compute it all. With that, I would be fine. You can also just feed the audio live instead of turning into a file. I would be interested. This one's specifically made for Raspberry Pi. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna open your... No point in reinventing the wheel for no reason. Oh, that is small as well. Convenient. Okay, but first things first. This one is for Raspberry Pi. Emptying. The size worries me because size of the model won't be that much of a concern. I specifically bought the Raspberry Pi with a lot of RAM for some reason. Recognize speech Vosk. Recognize speech Vosk. Model path, last one model. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, Pi audio. Okay. Yeah, and then you open the industry. Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. I'm taking it. I'm stealing it. That's fine. Silly name, but this is the surgery folder, so it'll show you in real time what you're saying, like 5 to 1 second delay. Oh, that's really good. You watch Techno? You mean Techno Blade? I've used to. Well, every now and then. Okay. Right here I am what am I doing? Also copy the imports. I was gonna run the code and then fix the imports one by one, but that's idiotic. What am I doing? They're right here. What is the init for? That scares me. I don't understand technology. A lot of these are yellow. Python. Let us pip install Python TTSX3. Oh, that's for audio. Yeah. I don't even know why it's there. I don't understand this. That's what I prefer. C is just my comfort zone, which is bad sometimes. You need to get out of your comfort zone. So I that's why I should do more things in Python. I could just install. What am I doing? Pip install py audio pydub, and that should be it. Oh, never mind. Py what now? Line 16. No. Why? No module name audio OOP. You are a right prick right now. Did you used to watch Danny the Dev? Who is that? You have to add to your code. One file in the folder. Oh, okay. So it is the... Oh, because my YouTube chat got broken again. And then there we go. No, that's the... Why do I have so many cards open? Piss off. Piss off. Piss off. Piss off. There we go. Piss in. You made a crab games mark and so on. I am not familiar. Okay, so... wait, there was just one file in the folder. Test. Rename me config.py. The voice assistant file was the one for the voice. Wait, so what am I missing in this case? Speech, voice, key phrase equal key phrase. Where's the audio? No, it's not here. It is in the utils py. I am gonna lose it. It's trying to import audio OP, but I don't have that. That is not a thing that I can have. Oh, but then there's also this one. Okay, so let's first try py audio op as audio. Oh, py audio op. I take it back. I take back the O. There is no O. During handling of above exception, other exception occurred. That is my code, usually how it behaves. So we don't have audio OP. That's our problem, because we can't have py audio OP. Why can't we have py audio OP? That is the question. Python py audio OP. Python version and earlier newer version may not yet support it fully. Okay, how do I switch to an older version of Python? Keeps going down, don't it? Okay. Pip install. If that do capital letters matter? They do? Well then, I'm sorry. Could you oh, pi audio OP, okay. OP. OP. Well, one of these days I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, so this is the segment of the live stream in which we spent 3 hours trying to troubleshoot a single problem. Okay. Pi audio OP doesn't exist. Which is a problem because we do need audio OP. Alright then. Python audio OP. Here's my code. Trying to import Pi audio and see how to implement Vosk. Audio P LTS. Found it. Key phrase isn't defined. That's fine. That's key phrase, right? That is fine. That's a good error to. Okay, that is a good error. That is a proper good error because that's easy to fix. Key phrase question. No clue. Wait, what was the key phrase for? I was about to say that no clue what the key phrase is for, like I'm dealing with any, but I am. You're watching right now. I can just ask you. It's convenient. Key phrase, key phrase. I can just check. Key phrase. Dot lower and resolve text lower. Oh, terminates. Wait, does it? I always listen and then only send an element when triggers the action thing. Right. Okay, got it. Key phrase. Stop. For now. Recognize speech. I think that's what I need in order to run it. Actually, key phrase. Module path. Well, that would be Vosk module English US 022 L graph. I guess. I do not know. Let's try it. Okay. Can you? Oh my goodness, that works. That is incredible. 3 and 3 and working and walking. Holy shit! Smashed it! Oh, fix it. You're gonna be beautiful. Beautiful fool. Still talking to technique. That is, yeah, that's great. Oh, that is beautiful. Hi there, Koza, by the way. Hi and welcome. How you doing? It absolutely messed up. When I'm trying to spitballing, is actually gonna struggle a lot with actually figuring out what I'm saying. Stop. Tefta, I love you. Oh, this is good. This is really, really good. Oh, because then I can. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Which means audio input we can do in Python. So that I wouldn't be an idiot. Oh, yes! Yes! Let's just try it again. Some kind of simple command. So for example, key phrase stop, right. If it detects stop, in my case, I would, oh, that's a bit annoying because in my case, well, not too annoying actually. Wait, it's pretty easy actually, isn't it? Yeah, because in my case I don't want to end it on something, I want to start it with something. And if we have the capability to still talking, I like it a lot. I like it a lot in fact. Tefta, get ready to have another cameo in the video. This time on the very beginning. Look away for Campbell saying came back to make it sending kisses to Tefta. What happened? You want to see what happened? This is what happened, Average Blue. Focusing on this side of the... You see, average blue, this is what happened. Yeah, it messed up the UC as usage, which, well, to be fair, pretty similar. Once again, my accent might confuse it a bit. However, if I try really, really hard and am very careful with what I say, then it works. Even nailed it. Beautiful. Stop. Mwah. How'd you get the idea to design your mask? What's the story behind it? There isn't much of a story. I'll be honest with you. I know that it seems a bit odd, but out of all, I do have there are interesting origin stories for a lot of things in my life, but funny enough, mask isn't one of them. The most interesting thing about the mask is that currently I'm making version 4.0 actually. Oh wait, the camera is turned off. Hold on, I need to turn on the camera. Whoop. Let's see if the bag of crisps will still be visible. Okay, there we go. Funny enough, this is actually version 4.0. Even though I know it seems like I only have one other mask, this is actually the fourth one. And the one you see in the videos, that's version 1.0. Then there was 2.0, which I used on a single live stream, 3.0, which I never used, and this is the fourth one. However, there's also 0.0, which was a prototype of the mask, the very first one, made out of wood, if you believe it. That's because that was before I had access to 3D printing. It works. I'm watching it for I can barely keep up. Yes, it does work. It recognizes speech quite very well. And what's more important, this is the code from TEFTA, average blue. It's from TEFTA, and it's not only the SST working, because SST was working before, but this is the specific code you can use in order to have the SST process what you're saying live, which is very important for what we're trying to do. Deep speech, you can go and suck it, no offense. And so now we can go into... Oh, I didn't mean to turn it off actually, did I? Let me keep this up, that's useful. And then we can go into CD up, CD... Right here we have all the Pythons, don't we? We do have all the Pythons. We don't want all the Pythons. What we do want, well, we want all the Pythons in a separate folder, so let's just make the Pico real quick. Oh, yeah, Pico, why not? And then that's because what we're going to do, like this actually. Yeah, I didn't make any changes. Is we're just gonna pop them all into the Pico. Beautiful. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to get myself my own repository, which I've made for the mask quite some time ago. I haven't really done much in the... haven't really done much in this repository other than basic setup. But now we'll be able to do more than basic setup. So instead of doing main, actually, well, main will still be useful for like a general main process. Fair point. However, what we'll also do is we'll also do text recognition. And this one will be ever so slightly tricky. So remember when on the very beginning of the live stream I mentioned the two things we'll need to do this stream? Well, thanks to TEFTA the Beloved, official title. Second one, big green check next to it. That's basically as done as it should be for the stream, the purpose of the stream. The first one, that's what we need right now. That's because, you see, right now, we will have the speech to text right here. It will be speech to text.py, in which case we just paste in all of this code. We'll have to clean it up because there's a couple of dependencies I'm not using. Well, that's the basic idea. Oh, we did it in a virtual environment. That's why I don't like virtual environments, because I like piss. It's fine. That's why I don't like virtual environments. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is we need to do something which I remember was a way more pleasant task than I expected last time I did that. I don't remember what I even did it for, but I remember I did that once and it was way more pleasant than I expected, which was inter-program communication limits. Inter-program, yeah, so basically sending data in between programs. This will be really important because having a single program run everything, that would be the way I would typically do this. However, the whole point here is for me to get outside my comfort zone and do things correctly, not conveniently. Yes, share the memory, how it works. Schmget. Okay, Schmget, obviously. Run visible with the kernel. Schmat. That is definitely how I'm gonna do it. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. I think we landed on the winner right away. Shared memory. This is perfect. We can just like allocate the buffer. That will be the text command line. And what's very convenient about this is that if we allocate this buffer, we can have a separate process that will insert into this command buffer from speech to text. And then at the same time, in parallel, we can also write to it with all the programs. So we can write to it from like a command line. You can make a typical command line CLI program that will have the command as the input. That is elegant. That is really, really elegant. I do realize that this live stream may be a tad bit boring to some, but from a technical point of view, this is a very elegant solution. Shared memory, oh, beautiful. Okay then, can WSL handle it? I hope so, because it would be really convenient. So let's do, instead of speech to text, let's change it up right away. Let's rename it to commands. That's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have commands, and right here we're gonna have the speech to text command access point, and then below it we're going to have the CLI access point. Speech to text will be Python, CLI will be C. And then we should also have like an initialize program, like an init and like a quit program, ideally. Let's start and stop. Hi, Decalcy. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi. So, I'm doing well actually. So far, everything I've done is working, mainly because of Tefta. I stole Tefta's code and it works beautifully. But now I'm doing something new, which means you joined it right at the time where it might stop working.
Oh.
Okay, here's what we'll need. Commands and main. In main, instead of main, we will have two different programs. That will be start.c and then stop.c. Now, the reason why we'll have them is because, as I mentioned, I want to utilize the operating system, not just do it like in a typical make it fashion, which means we will actually have multiple programs responsible for multiple things, and the operating system will actually operate instead. So the build sh will be set slightly different. Okay, start. What's the start going to do? Well, start is going to allocate all the buffers and everything. That's going to be fun. which means a command line buffer. 1 kilobyte shared segment. Yeah, sure, why not? Shmget. It's still so silly. WSL, because we need it on Linux to see if it works. Okay. Consumer process. Let's just try it for now. See how it works. Obviously, first we want to read through the code. Sorry for deleting the. And let's also. Well, actually, this we can leave. This is fine. Right here, let's also include standard IO for the print. Oh, the print. Okay, beautiful. So now if we do gcc start and then output start, right, snprint. I'm an idiot. Of course, I'm an idiot. Okay, and then if we do main stop, obviously, and then stop, then if we run start, and then we run stop, we get nothing. Okay, why do we get nothing? There's some kind of doggy just yapping us on my window. I'm gonna dissolve it, so I swear. You for your own sake. Wait, this detaches. I really should have read ahead a bit more. I'm really having a lot of trouble focusing this stream, aren't I? So this is malloc equivalent, imagine. Shmget. What does shmget do? Shmget.
Okay.
Shmget. Okay, it's taking in key, then size and the flag. Then the key like a description of no, okay. Only make it can scare a dog off by threatening to dissolve it. No, it's not threats. You see, I don't like threats because when it comes to threats, most of the time it's just words. I prefer actions.
Yeah, it's not a threat, it's a promise.
Back when I said that I'm gonna dissolve a cat in acid, everyone laughed because I didn't even have a cat. When I promised that I'm gonna dissolve a cat in acid, I'm gonna get a cat. That's a declaration. Okay, identify a system visual memory segment to retrieve the value of relevant key. It may be used either to obtain and identify previously created memory. Keys don't have to or create a new set. Ah, this is going to be fun. Size rounded up to multiple of page size is created if key has the value IPC private or key isn't IPC private. I'm sorry, what? So if the key has the value IPC private or if it isn't IPC private? Right. Okay. What? Okay, so first of all, this right here, this is the free equivalent. This isn't as much malloc, from what I can see, as it is. Well, it is like a realloc, I would say, because it kind of allocates, but at the same time, it's used for accessing memory, not the allocation. That get makes a lot of sense. I get the word get in this case is very descriptive. Declaration, not the Pukeko. I do like it, by the way. Then Schmat attaches the memory. Okay, so you get the ID. So you then create a pointer. Fine, I can figure this out. Make shared memory idea of high speed multimedia streaming. Yeah, exactly. So this would be fast. This would be fast. It would be proper. If it worked. Okay. Let me just man up a bit. So.
Wow.
What? Oh, that is.
Now that's something.
Oh, that is good. That is really good. That is. I like it. Okay.
So why are we using it then? For what purpose? That is fucking brilliant.
Hold on. I just. I know I pinged Flame with this as well, even though it's just that doesn't matter. Okay, right, all right. I got distracted. Okay, so we have what now? We have this. We have this. We have this. We have this. All of the functions. All of them. All of the functions in existence. We start with Schmsitil, which is lazy. No. There we go. Okay. Control operations. Okay, I see. So this is like the fun fact. There is a file that's literally just a pic of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which in independent was some sort of placeholder for items missing textures in the puppet, I think. What is LBP1? I don't know what that is. I do know that my graphical engine had its own version of Coconut. Little Big Planet 1, oh I see. I know that my own graphical version has its own... My own graphical engine has its own version of the Coconut PNG. Basically there was an image that if you removed... Image of the Make It logo, and if you removed it, the entire engine would crash.
Nice.
Because it was used, if I remember correctly, to create... I think it was used to create a pipeline, and then some kind of metadata from that pipeline was used later on. So if you remove the image, the pipeline will get created, and if the pipeline would be created, then like the entire program wouldn't know how to do graphics. the way I code. Okay.
Great.
Schmget.
Schmget is a not real function name.
Chums Day is not a real day between Wednesday and Tuesday. Kind of live with real course. The friends we made along the way. I swear, I think something is wrong with it, because I remember a meme that said Chums Day is not a real day of the week. But when I looked it up, I couldn't find it, and I am so confident that the name of it was Chums Day. I feel like it's a genuine conspiracy. I don't think it was a meme. I think it was they were onto something.
Chums Day.
Chums Day. Okay. There are only 4 functions. How difficult could it be? Value of S. Schmsegs. Why did he call it SHM? What, because shared?
Fucking...
Because shared? I've never seen shared being with SH. I've seen it with S. So for example, shared object, that's SO, not show. Okay. Shared memory segment. Okay. Right.
Those are some truly esoteric fucking value names.
Schmflug. Okay, string-gated function operates on XSI shared memory. Don't care about base definition, I'm good. It is unspecified whenever this function interoperates with the real-time inter-process communication facilities defined in section 2.8 real-time. Right, these are certainly words. Okay. Function shall return the shared memory identifier associated with key. Shared memory identifier, associated data structure, and shared memory segment of at least size bytes are created for key if one of the following is true. The argument key is equal to IPC private. The argument key does not already have a shared memory identifier associated with it. Is a non-zero. Oh, this is my head. The argument key does not already have a shared memory identifier associated with it. Developing a headache. Efficient data structures here the new shared memory function as follows. Oh, segs, that's the segment size. Okay, right. Segment size, hence segs. Set to 0. All 0 values. That's also convenient. That is really convenient. So this should create. I don't know the flag. That confuses me a bit because low order 9 bits are set to the low order 9 bits of the flag. So 600. That is not a hex, by the way. That's just 600. Right. Then we do the schmat. What does this do? CPU division, special this function employees. Attaches shared memory segment. That's really good version of the device. Now attached at the first available address as selected by the system. Okay, so the address. Hold on. Mid one. Right. If we move the. Okay. If we move. Oh no, first specified by the system. That's confusing. I feel like if we do this, then we should get the. Oh my, what's happening? Alright, Schmid. Schmidey. Schmidey. Schmadres. And Schflags. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this video. Okay, can I get like a sys shm.h example code? That's a bit more elaborate. No, right here is Shmem, okay. So. There are two approaches, Shmget, and map. I'll talk about maps that is more modern, flexible. We can map. If you'd rather use the old style tools, right? Okay, so I should really go with map. Highly customizable parameters control access information. Faster than necessary. In and buffer that process can share with children. Okay. Map. See example codes. Let's try it again then. Man. Okay. 6 arguments. Address. Oh, but that's a pointer, so I imagine. Wait, what? Length, protect, flags, folders, and offset. Address provides the preferred starting address used for mapping. If there is no other mapping, the kernel will pick the nearby page boundary, create mapping. Else kernel. Okay, so null, because we don't care. We could care eventually, we don't. Map null. That's the first one. Then length, the bytes number is mapped. So the size makes sense. Which means we get, I don't know, 1024. I imagine this should be fine. In the future we might change it. Protect. It controls what type of access is allowed. For instance, the prot read for reading access, prot write writing, and prot ex for execution. I would like both, please. Read and write. Do we have the flags? Prot. Oh, bitwise OR. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Okay, that makes sense. I was kind of guessing that, but I wanted to double check. Right. What did I miss? You got it working. I mean, your code was working since the... Oh, wait, you were here for your code working. Right. My code... No. I am apparently the Schmget and the Schmidis and all the other ones. Those were an old school method of doing it. Apparently more modern one is map. So I'm going with this. Prod read, prod write.
Unfortunate.
Flags, not really. I haven't wasted all that much time. These are controlling map's nature. Some of the common flags are map shared. Yes, obviously map shared.
I'm just not gonna use shmget and schmack in our code.
Yeah, I do miss the schmidis. Schmidi. The schmadlets. Where's the schmadress of the file? File descriptor is supposed to be mapped. I imagine this is just file. Can I do null for now? And then offset. Starts at 0. I don't know exactly if I can do file this way. Tell me the schmadress, Jimmy! Right memory in C. Okay, so right here. Private null. It is null! Beautiful. I got that wrong. I swear, if this dog doesn't shut up, I am gonna dissolve it in acid.
Woof, woof.
It's
Woof.
barking
Woof, woof.
under my balcony, and I do have a lot of acid on my balcony. I am electrolyzing it right now, in
no.
fact. It wouldn't be right. I would just
No.
what? To the side. Just tip it over. Right, pointer. Wait.
Spraying sulfuric acid at random people on the street.
Oh, it's in pointer. That makes sense. No, for a second I got really confused because I thought like, oh, you store the pointer as a 4-byte number. It should be an 8-byte number, but I forgot that's not how fucking programming languages work, and we don't live in the 12th century anymore. Int and is equal to 5. Why do you use an end? Oh, because size of the node. We don't care for it then. Int pointer. I use int pointer. I'm gonna use a char pointer because I'm feeling quirky. And that's going to ptr is equal to this. And then what we do is we do for int I is equal to 0, I is smaller than 5, 6, I plus, and we're going to have a char temp 6, and it's going to be naked. And then what we do is we do ptr I is equal to temp I, and then they have another line which just tests it, which I'm honestly all for. See, we don't actually even need to do this. We can just do it in even more clever way because I have to set it up. We can just do add the pointer and just do S. Like this. And then, actually that would be, I guess, it for now. How do you free it? How do you free the array? Because I'd rather not have it there permanently. Communication. You free it. Would it should say in the manual, shouldn't it? Errors, attribute versions, standards, history notes. Moonmap. Moonmap, you say? Right, moonmap, unmap. Oh, it's M unmap, not moonmap. That makes a lot more sense. It does make a lot more sense. M unmap. You know when you read it that way, that does actually track. Okay, so here we have an example implementation. Get rid of all of this. And then what does it mean? Well, we have address and length. Oh, so you need to give it the length as well. That's curious. PTR. And now if we just do GCC start, that takes a void pointer, but we provided the void zero. What? Why does it take a void pointer? Oh, a zero works fine. And fuck, you know what? Whatever. Start. I don't know what I was expecting. Obviously it's seg faulted. Why wouldn't it? Right. Obviously it's seg fault. I could check if map failed, but the bigger question is why map failed. It could be because I'm on WSL, right? Yeah. Before the seg fault, then print me. Hex was X, I think, right? Yeah, it looks like it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. PTR. If it's 0, then probably. Print, obviously, when I'm in Python. Oh my goodness gracious me. Don't care. You know what? This is a warning, not an error, which means it. Good. That's a good one. Right. You see, if you get something like that, that means usually the function that's returning is not returning a pointer and is returning an error. I'm guessing we can also print two of them actually. It's gonna be pointers and map failed. We can compare them, see how they. Yeah, they're the same thing. So map failed. All right. Why would a map fail? It could be because I'm on Linux or Windows. In which case, oh no, there is no solution. Map failed. Has returned an error is. Wait, isn't that this? Or was it a different one for errors? I don't remember. I think so. Or it could be a seg fault. That's fun. I haven't done things properly with errors, even though I should have. Right. Okay, so just read no. Alright. Includes no h, and then I'm assuming that. Well, is it really no? This is a variable. Okay, so print these two and then print no. D. That is very convenient if that's how it works. I should stop segfaulting. 19. Alright, what is error 19? Out of curiosity. Oh, you give me errors, but you don't give me... Come on. 19. No such device. Makes sense. That would track with WSL. Because... That is because we track the WSL virtual machine. The problem is that it means that the only way for me to actually properly check it would be to run it on the Raspberry Pi. And that would require so much prep work just to set up. I am willing to leave it here because we did achieve the only part I was not confident about. Yeah, we did. That's because from this point onwards, all we need to do is just send the data from the... we need to like create like a command buffer, I'm gonna just call it. And we need to just send the data from the STT, the command buffer. Although we will test it with CLI simply because it's be easier to integrate it with C and C, and then we're gonna switch it to C and Python, and then we'll try to just work it together somehow. Worst case scenario, I'll need to create like a simple adding program for C. So worst case scenario, what I'll need to do is I need to like create like an you have a Python file, create like a little wrapper connector in C, because I imagine there must be, I remember C Python, I think, was it? But the point is there was like a very convenient thing for integrating both C and Python together. And then right here I'll make like a very solid connection between C and Python. And then I'll use that program just to take that, it's gonna be very small, it's gonna take whatever Python is sending it, and it's gonna turn it, put it into the shared memory, and then the shared memory will take care of it to execute all the commands and such and such. Anyway, I think that'll be it for today's live stream because we have done a lot. It may not seem like it, but that was a fair bit. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna start working on the video because I'm already behind. And I suppose that's it. I suppose I'll see you all tomorrow. Possibly once again twice. I might be doing 2 live streams a day for a while now because I'm just having fun working on this. It's fun. Literally,
Yeah, forget daily charity.
we're doing double daily. I'm motivated. I'm also hungry. I went out for a snack, but I'm hungry again. So I suppose for now that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.